Help here.
Yeah, you need what? Are you in an existential crisis?
Yeah.
What's happening? What's going on?
Well, I'm in grad school for social work, but I kind of want to get into film, so like
Well,
writing. So I think
you can do both.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say my advice. I mean, it's not existential advice, but maybe keep studying and begin to write.
Okay.
And do both. You're a very intricate, complicated, complex person. You have organs and all kinds of amazing stuff, and we can do more than one thing. And I think it's good to have many things going on in your life and to pursue many things simultaneously. In fact, David O. Russell, who I worked with on I Heart Huckabees, he got into film. He was working for nonprofit organizations and doing all kinds of social work. And I don't know exactly what it is, so I don't want to mess up this detail, but apparently there was an apartment building or something was in threat of being demolished. And he borrowed a friend's camera to make a documentary about why it should be saved, and he actually got the place saved. And it was then that he realized the power of film and began to make movies to help people, and he began to make documentaries. So it's a very similar thing as what you're talking about, actually. But to be honest, social work, I'm not sure what kind of social work you're interested in, but movies are social work. And it's all about just helping the people around you and trying to do your part in society to make the world better. And I feel like social work, acting, movie, like if I could make anyone happy, I feel like really, I know I could do a lot more, but if I just could make one person happy, it really makes me feel great. And so they're not actually, it's not like you're in social work and you want to do something that's completely on the other end of the spectrum. I think film is social work, and it's not that far. Your intent is the same thing. So I just say follow your heart in terms of wanting to do service.
Cool.
So before you got into acting and music,
Yep.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
What did I want to be when I grew up? Well, I don't know the answer to that question. I always, when I was really little, I always loved music, and I always wanted to be in a band. I think I just always wanted to be in a band, and I loved music so much that I just knew I wasn't good at certain. Very early on, it was clear to me that I was very bad at learning like math and numbers and things, and I was better at making stuff up. So I would have tried to be like an inventor of some kind. That's what I wanted to be, was like an inventor. I used to design water slides when I was really little, and I had notebooks and notebooks of water slides, and they were very crazy. And I was like, well, this one, but they were all at my house, the water slides. It wasn't for a water slide park. It was actually for my backyard. It's like, this one, I jump out of my window, and I go down underground, and shoot back up. I fancied myself as a water slide park inventor and planner, and then I got into music. Yes?
Sorry.
Ask them simultaneously. Let's see how.
You can go first.
No.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. No. You go first.
Okay. Do you have a Twitter account? Because there was somebody, like a fake Twitter name, posting phone numbers that you.
Then
They said somebody posted a Twitter account under your name.
Oh no.
And then they posted phone numbers saying to call you.
Was it my phone number?
I don't know.
When was this? 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I definitely didn't Twitter my phone number.
What was it like working with Bill?
But I do have a Coconut Records Twitter that I do with my wife, but it's not a. But I didn't Twitter my phone number. But yes, there is a Coconut. But I don't. But I want to know how to get better at it, because I'm not very good at Twitter and Facebook, and but I would like to get better. It really is an incredible thing, and so I will get better at it. I promise.
What was it like working with Wes and Bill, like on a completely different kind of movie? Like Rushmore was amazing. Is Mr. Fox going to be any different, like the dynamic, or?
What was the working dynamic like?
Yeah, like what was it like? Was it any different than
Um,
Rushmore?
Yeah, well, I think that it's very different and very much the same at the same time. I know it's a bizarre idea, but see, I use the weird words. No, it was on Rushmore. I was had just turned 17 years old. I had never acted before in my life, and I was very scared, and I was just trying to just not be bad and ruin this movie. And I was working with Bill Murray, who was my idol growing up, and someone who I loved. And all of a sudden, I was just about to enter my senior year in high school, and I was making a record with my band. And then all of a sudden, in like the course of 3 weeks, I'm with, someone I never thought I would meet in a million years. And not only that, but I'm working with him in the genre, in the field that he is an expert in. It was very intense for me, and Bill and Wes really were so loving to me and really got me through that. But yeah, it was different because I didn't know those gentlemen. Now, after Rushmore, Wes became my best friend, and we've lived together. We were roommates. After that, we wrote a movie together. We've gone on to make other movies together. So there's a much more history there now. There was no history before, and now there's a very deep history, ones that like a best friends would have, and it's really nice because one of the hardest things I find about acting is that it's kind of embarrassing. Sometimes if you're about to, you don't want to be bad, I guess, in front of people, and I guess for me, I like, if you have any part of you that felt like an outsider in high school, or was like just didn't feel like you fit in really, which is what my life was like then, you still have this thing where you don't want to call attention to be, you know what I mean? You just want to be good and not, and so it's very nerve-wracking when you go to say lines the first time, because like, oh, what if I say them wrong, or people are like, wait, why did we hire this guy? You know what I mean? It's embarrassing because you're so many highs and lows acting on a set, and